Hey guys, so today I'm going to be bringing you my quick Nutcracker survival guide. So it's been a minute since I've performed in the Nutcracker, but I definitely remember what it's like. And my top tip is to be making sure that you're taking care of your body and mind through this season, especially if you have weeks and weeks of shows. It's a lot, and when you're giving out a lot, we all know that we need to be pouring back in. So in my opinion, this looks like nutrition, hydration, sleep, and restorative activities. Let's start by talking about nutrition. So I'm an advocate of intuitive eating. I really believe that everyone has different nutritional needs and different foods work for certain people and not for other people. So you have to really be listening to your body, but that is the key. You actually have to listen to what your body wants and what it doesn't want. And when we're in Nutcracker season, it's the holiday season, there's a lot of celebrating, there might be secret Santas. And I just remember when I was a student, candy abounded. There was just homemade treats from moms, and all the secret Santas were giving candy to each other. There was a lot of sweets. So I'm not saying don't partake in the sweets, but I'm saying pay attention to your body and if it really wants that right now or not. Because if you're going to have that sugar high, you have to expect that sugar crash. And you don't want that to happen when you are supposed to be performing. So just try to be really mindful about what you're eating, how much you're eating, and making sure that you're giving yourself a lot of sustainable food so you can have that even energy while you are performing. Let's talk about some good snacks because it's very important that you're eating throughout this whole process. You have to be giving yourself that energy so that you can perform. Some of my favorite snacks are things like fruit with nut butter. I love those little Justin's packets of nut butter, and you can put it onto an apple or a banana, some carrots. I don't know, am I the only person who likes peanut butter and carrots? Let me know in the comments. But you could just eat it straight out of the packet. Another version of fruit and nut butter would be like a trail mix with nuts and dried fruit. I really like bars. I'm a huge fan of bars. I did a whole another video that I'll link below with my favorite bar recommendations. But there's a lot of great bars out there now that have low sugar and a good amount of protein and fat and fiber. So just look at the nutrition labels and find what works best for you. These are just my favorites. Let me know in the comments below some of your favorite snacks and we can all get some ideas from each other. So sleep. I know, again, it's during the holidays. There's usually a lot of parties. There's a lot going on. But make sure that you're prioritizing sleep as well as rest and recovery for your body. So that's going to look like Epsom salt baths, doing some self-massage. I have a foam rolling routine that I can link below. But you know, you can use those handheld rollers, you can use tennis ball, a foam roller, your own hands, and just make sure that you're massaging your muscles. I really love arnica cream gel and the homeopathic pellets. They're just for muscle soreness and bruises. I always did ice baths for my feet as well as putting ice packs on my knees and ankles after performances. It's just like maintenance to help that inflammation not really grab hold anywhere because you are doing a lot, right? In connection with that, one of my tips is for warming up and staying warm. This is so important. So if there's a warm-up class, make sure you're at it. Make sure you're doing those things. But usually there is a break, and depending on when you enter, you might have a long break between your warm-up class and going on stage. So I always make sure to warm up before going on stage. Depending on how long it's been, maybe you'll do just a little shortened bar backstage, or maybe it hasn't been that long, so you just need to do some releves, maybe some plie passes, some tendus definitely, some arm swings, different things like that to get yourself warm and ready to go back on stage. Because the worst feeling is to run out with cold feet and cold hands onto stage and perform. So do whatever you need to warm up your body as well as wearing warm-ups. I love warm-ups, right? So you have like a big baggy sweatshirt that isn't going to mess up your hair when you put it on or take it off. You have the baggy sweatpants that can go right over your tights and your point shoes. Always make sure to do a quick check before you run on stage so you don't have any warm-ups still on. And then making sure you're taking care of your brain space, right? So I just did an IGTV a week ago about the power of mental rehearsal. So I'll link that below so you can watch that if you're interested. I think that is a great thing to do leading up to Nutcracker season, as well as just meditations, especially if you have multiple shows in a day, finding a nice quiet space in between shows to just do guided meditation. Just come back to your breath, come back to your body, let go whatever happened in the last show, whether it was good or bad, whatever your mind is trying to label it, and just be ready and fresh for that new show. One of the most favorite things that I have from my performing days is whenever I did my makeup, I had a certain playlist of songs that got me ready for the stage, that got me in that place where I was super excited to perform and just encompass whatever characters I was going to be for that show. So listening to that music while I did my makeup was very meditative. So there's many different ways that meditation can look, but just being aware, just being present, and just preparing your mind for your Nutcracker run. All right, and then my last tip is just, if you're dancing in point shoes, make sure you have plenty of shoes ready to go. And then quick note about your ribbons. I always put rosin on the knot of my ribbons and tucked it in so it was nice and sticky to the tights, and then I sewed it on top of that. So there was double protection to make sure that your ribbons do not come out on stage. I also always put rosin on the heel of my foot so that my point shoe fit nice and snug on there. So those are just a couple technical tips right here at the end, but I would love to hear what your roles are for Nutcracker, or what is your dream role. So this is just encouragement and a few tips to make sure you're taking care of your body and your mind, and of course, you know, your shoes for this Nutcracker season. My girls are so excited about seeing the Nutcracker. They talk about it pretty much every day, and I think every morning for the last like 8 days I've been asked to put Nutcracker music on in the morning. So I love the magic of Nutcracker. It's super fun, and I just want to thank you guys for watching. I can't wait to hear from you, and I will see you in the next video.